Patriotism is more than just a feeling, it's a deep-rooted connection to our nation's history, culture, and values. It's that pride we feel when we hear our national anthem or see our flag waving in the wind. But what does it really mean to be patriotic? It's about embracing our shared identity while recognizing our differences. It's celebrating the diverse tapestry that makes up our nation, each thread representing unique stories and experiences. True patriotism encourages us to question, to challenge injustices, and to strive for a better future. It's not blind loyalty, it's a commitment to the ideals that unite us, fostering a sense of belonging and responsibility. In a world that often divides, let's remember that our national identity is strongest when we stand together, honoring both our past and our potential. José Rizal's life exemplified a profound sense of patriotism and dedication to his homeland. Through his seminal works, Nalimi Tanher and El Filibusterismo, Rizal laid bare the social injustices and abuses under Spanish colonial rule, igniting a sense of national consciousness among Filipinos. His writings rallied people to recognize their identity and stand up for their collective freedom, emphasizing that love for one's country involves not just sentiment but meaningful action to promote change. Today, Rizal's message of patriotism is more relevant than ever. Advocating for this value means encouraging active participation in civic duties, from voting to community service, and nurturing a genuine pride in cultural heritage. It urges Filipinos to understand that fostering national pride goes beyond symbolic gestures, it requires engagement in initiatives that improve society and uphold democratic principles. Rizal's advocacy for education stemmed from his belief that knowledge was the cornerstone of a progressive society. He pursued learning relentlessly, mastering various disciplines and languages while studying abroad. This commitment to education not only advanced his personal goals but empowered him to contribute substantively to his country's future. He believed that educated citizens could think critically and become agents of change, capable of challenging oppression and fostering progress. This value remains crucial today, highlighting the need for accessible, inclusive, and high-quality education for all. Advocating for Rizal's vision involves supporting educational reforms, investing in learning resources, and promoting a culture of lifelong learning. It suggests that a well-informed and educated society is better equipped to address social challenges, innovate, and grow. Rizal's moral integrity was a defining trait of his character. He refused to compromise on his principles, even when it cost him his life. Despite knowing the risks, Rizal published works that critiqued the authorities and called for justice, emphasizing that the path of truth often comes with significant sacrifice. His execution on December 30, 1896, was a testament to his unyielding commitment to his beliefs and the betterment of the Filipino people. Today, Rizal's example serves as a reminder that true integrity involves standing up for what is right, regardless of personal consequences. Advocating for this value means fostering environments where ethical behavior is prioritized, both in leadership and everyday life. It calls for courage in addressing injustices, promoting transparency, and holding oneself accountable to high moral standards. Rizal was unique among revolutionaries of his time for advocating peaceful reform rather than violent uprisings. He believed that meaningful and lasting change could be achieved through education, open dialogue, and reasoned debate. This approach emphasized that progress was possible without bloodshed, making Rizal an advocate for nonviolence and diplomacy as means to challenge oppression and bring about reform. In today's world, advocating for peaceful solutions remains essential, especially in addressing conflicts, whether they be political, social, or interpersonal. Rizal's perspective encourages societies to engage in discourse, negotiation, and policy development as alternatives to confrontational approaches. This value fosters a culture of peace that is crucial for sustainable development and cooperative progress. Social justice and equality are not just buzzwords, they are the foundation of a fair society. Imagine a world where everyone, regardless of their race, gender, or socioeconomic status, has equal access to opportunities. It's about dismantling systemic barriers that perpetuate inequality. Think about it, education should be a right, not a privilege. When we invest in marginalized communities, we uplift everyone. Equality isn't just about treating everyone the same, it's about recognizing and addressing the unique challenges faced by different groups. It's about amplifying voices that have been silenced for too long. When we advocate for social justice, we're not just fighting for ourselves, we're fighting for future generations. Every small action counts, whether it's supporting local businesses, voting for equitable policies, or simply listening to others' experiences. Together, we can create a society that values diversity and promotes justice for all. Rizal's works underscored the pervasive inequality in Philippine society under Spanish rule. His depictions of injustice, corruption, and exploitation were calls to action for social reform. He envisioned a society where all individuals, regardless of their social status, could live with dignity and fairness. This focus on social justice highlighted Rizal's unwavering commitment to advocating for the voiceless and marginalized. Promoting this value today means supporting policies and initiatives aimed at reducing social disparities and creating equitable opportunities for all. It emphasizes the importance of advocating for human rights, addressing economic inequalities, and fostering environments where inclusivity is not just an ideal but a practiced reality. Rizal's emphasis on equality challenges modern societies to continue striving for justice and humane treatment for every individual. Rizal demonstrated leadership not by commanding armies or political power but by exemplifying the values he preached. His life was a model of consistency between words and actions, earning him respect and admiration from those around him. By embodying humility, intellect, and service, he proved that true leaders inspire change through their conduct and convictions rather than coercion. This value is as vital today as it was in Rizal's time. Effective leadership should be defined by integrity, responsibility, and the ability to inspire through example. Advocating for this value means promoting leaders who are committed to serving their communities with transparency and honor, encouraging others to follow not out of obligation but genuine respect and inspiration. Rizal's belief in human rights was evident in his passionate writings and actions that highlighted the dignity of every Filipino. He opposed the abuses of power and the denial of basic rights, calling for reforms that respected the humanity of every individual. His belief in the inherent worth of people underscored his efforts to push for systemic change that would protect these rights. Advocating for Rizal's human rights values today means supporting movements and legislation that protect individual freedoms and prevent discrimination. This includes standing against any form of oppression and ensuring that all members of society are treated with respect and fairness. Rizal's legacy reminds modern citizens that protecting human rights is an ongoing responsibility. Rizal valued the preservation and celebration of Filipino culture, which was evident in his works and personal life. He often emphasized the importance of maintaining one's roots, language, and traditions as a means of fostering unity and identity. He believed that a nation disconnected from its heritage would struggle to build a cohesive future. In modern contexts, advocating for cultural preservation involves initiatives that protect local languages, traditions, and art forms. It requires educational curricula that include local history and the active promotion of indigenous practices and heritage. Embracing this value can build a society that respects diversity while strengthening shared national identity. Resilience and adaptability are like the twin engines that power us through life's challenges. Think about it, every setback is an opportunity to learn and grow. When life throws a curveball, it's not about avoiding the hit, it's about adjusting your stance and swinging back. Take a moment to reflect on your own experiences. Remember that time when everything seemed to fall apart? It's in those moments that we discover our true strength. Resilience isn't just about bouncing back, it's about evolving. Adaptability is our ability to pivot, to embrace change instead of resisting it. The world is constantly shifting, and those who thrive are the ones who can dance with uncertainty. Whether it's in our careers, relationships, or personal goals, being flexible allows us to seize new opportunities. So, the next time you face a challenge, ask yourself, how can I adapt? How can I turn this obstacle into a stepping stone? Embrace the journey, and remember, resilience and adaptability are not just skills, they are the keys to unlocking your potential. Rizal's life was marked by resilience in the face of trials. From the personal loss of his mother's eyesight to his exile in Dapitan, Rizal showed a remarkable ability to adapt to difficult circumstances while continuing his mission. His perseverance in overcoming challenges set an example of how individuals can remain committed to their goals despite adversity. This value remains significant today, encouraging people to develop a mindset that embraces change and seeks solutions. Whether facing personal setbacks or broader societal issues, resilience can lead to innovation and long-term success. Advocating for this value calls for instilling a spirit of perseverance in educational and professional practices. Risal's time abroad allowed him to gain new perspectives and ideas, yet he remained committed to the Philippines. His ability to merge global insights with local needs was a testament to his unique vision for progress. He believed that learning from the world while contributing to one's own country created a more informed and productive society. Today, this value supports the idea that while global knowledge and collaboration are essential, they should be utilized to address local challenges. Advocating for this principle means fostering global citizenship while maintaining a focus on one's roots, ensuring that progress benefits both local and international communities.